Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dungeon Dive, and welcome back to another episode of Objectifying Plastic. And this time we're going to be taking a look at the miniatures and characters from Zombicide Invader. I am going to be building my party of 6 to play the game sometime this week, and then I'll be back with a review for the game. So one of my major complaints with Zombicide, all forms of it, is the fact that you have to play with 6 characters. I kind of think that's a little bit ridiculous. I would be even happy with just being able to play with 4 characters. I find playing with 6 there's a lot of upkeep, there's a lot of things to remember with the different powers with the 6 characters, and it also just takes up a lot of room. I'm not quite sure why they designed the game to be only played with 6 or more, I guess. It just seems like I don't know, to me it seems like a huge glaring flaw with the game, but that's just me because of the way I like to play. I don't really hear people complaining about that a lot, so I guess it doesn't matter to most people. But it matters to me. And so if anybody has any cool rules that they use to play with fewer than 6 characters, let me know, because I would like to try that out. But let's start taking a look at this, because there are a lot of characters. So this is just the base pledge, the base game plus the stretch goals. The stretch goals came with a ton of characters for this Kickstarter. These over here are the 6 characters that come with the game. And I can tell you right now, I'm not going to be picking any of them because they are super boring. It's almost like they picked the 6 most boring characters to be in the base game. So this game has basically 2 different classes. It has civilians and soldiers. And the main difference is soldiers usually start with more armor, and they can only search for gear in a limited number of rooms, whereas the civilians can search for gear, I believe, almost in any room, but they don't have as much armor. So there's a little trade-off. You're kind of supposed to build a party using 3 of each, so that's what we're going to do. So just real quick, we'll take a look at the starting heroes, or the heroes that come with the base game. You have Vivian here. So she kind of looks like a Ripley-esque character, and pretty boring looking. One thing I do note just from when I was setting all of these up is I think in the last episode of this series I did was on Massive Darkness. I think the characters in Massive Darkness have a lot more variety. All of these characters, there just doesn't seem to be a ton of variety in their poses and their sizes and in their just their physiology, the way they look. Lots of boring guys in power armor. So, and like I said, the characters that come with the game, Vivian, Cole, how boring is that? It looks like, I don't know, just like a Han Solo type guy. I don't know. It's almost like I just really feel like the characters that came with the game just weren't all that creative, or really kind of they didn't spark my imagination to play. I think I would have been disappointed had I just bought this at retail and seen these characters. We have Matsuki. So those were the 3 civilians that come with the base game. And now we have Power Armor Guy 1, Power Armor Guy 2, and Power Armor Girl. And let's see, we have Baraka. So Space Marine Girl, Space Marine Guy number 1, Jared. Yeah, that's a great heroic name. Definitely not going to be playing Jared. And we have Magnus. At least that's a better name. Baraka is a cool name. Magnus, that's an okay name. Jared, I don't know. That sounds kind of boring. But he is beefy. He does start with a lot of armor. So if I was going to choose one boring Space Marine power armor looking guy, it might be Magnus. But like I said, I am not going to be playing with any of the starting characters. I already know that. And so we are going to place those back in the box and move on, and we're going to start taking a look at the soldiers from the stretch goals. And I can tell you right now, I think the civilians are way more interesting than the soldiers. I know that some of these characters are like spoofs, parodies of known characters from different properties. Maybe all of them are, and I just don't recognize them. So if people want to point things out to me, that is fine, because I'm not quite sure I recognize all of them. So here is Lieutenant G. Hai. I don't know if he's supposed to be, is it Korean maybe? He comes with some kind of baton looking thing there. But like, you don't actually start with these weapons, though. I don't think not all of these weapons are represented in the game as far as gear goes. I'm not quite sure. He's kind of boring. Doesn't do much for me. Now, I'm probably going to be taking Major Sharp here, if only because I like the property that she is based on. This is definitely supposed to be Emily Blunt and her character from Live, Die, Repeat. Or what are they, The Edge of Tomorrow. The book is called All You Need Is Kill, which is a much, much cooler name than the two names they chose for the movie. But the movie is absolutely amazing. So is the book. The book is incredible. One of my favorite science fiction books of all time. My second favorite work of military science fiction, with the first, of course, being Forever War by Joe Hadelman. But All You Need Is Kill, and then the movie Live, Die, Repeat, or Edge of Tomorrow, fantastic. Like, just amazing movie. One of the best science fiction movies of recent years. So I'm probably going to pick her just because I like the properties so much. So we'll start with Major Sharp over there. I need to start a pile of rejected civilian and soldier cards. Next up, we have Commander Ahmadi. I do like his power axe, but again, I don't know if there actually is a power axe in the game. I actually have not played this extensively. I've set it up to learn a couple times and just kind of like flip through stuff. So I'm not quite sure about him. I'll keep him out as a possible. Next up. All right, so I guess I should probably be Preacher Carl, because I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be Judge Dredd with Carl Urban, which is another fantastic movie. Absolutely amazing modern action movie. And I like that a lot, so I will probably start with Preacher Carl here. Again, he starts with a lot of armor, so that'll probably be good, kind of tanky. And then next up, of course, we have Katie Sackhoff, Starbuck from the Battlestar reboot, which my wife and I are on season 4 right now of a rewatch. And it is just as good as ever. But I don't think I'm going to pick her. If they had Hilo, I would definitely pick a Hilo character. Or a Captain Tai, or Colonel Tai. Both of those are my two favorite characters from the show. And then we have Inshis Vak. Not quite sure if he's supposed to be anything or not, but I find him incredibly boring looking. Just another dude in power armor. So pass on him. And speaking of another dude in power armor, we have Lieutenant Graham here from the UK, it looks like. Or Great Britain. Cool pose, looks heroic, but I don't know, not into it. And we have 8-Ball. He looks like he is definitely supposed to be from something else, but I am not sure. His pose is pretty boring. He looks like he's kind of like surprised or something. I don't know. I don't know about him. Yeah, I'm not just liking most of the soldiers. I find really boring. And I think there's going to be 2 that I'm going to choose from. So we have here, of course, Commander Morton, which is a Rick and Morty parody. I know I'm gonna piss off a lot of people. Well, I'm not. I don't like Rick or Morty. I don't like Rick or Morty. I'm not a fan. I'm not, is that Dan Harmon? I'm not a Dan Harmon fan at all. So I know people love Rick and Morty. More power to you. But I'm not one of those people. So I'm not going to pick him. Now I think, let's see, I'm going to reject this person right here because I know I'm not going to pick her. Emma? I don't know, is that supposed to be the android robot from, what is it? Is it an Alex Gardner? Deus Ex Machina? Ex Machina? Is that supposed to be the android from Ex Machina? I'm not sure. That's cool. At least it's not a dude in power armor. So I think the two I'm going to choose from for my third soldier is either going to be Cloud or Carlota, which Vasquez from Aliens. Cloud looks pretty cool. I really like his mini a lot. So here we have a Cloud. Cool looking mini. I like his outfit. He gets +1 combat die to start with. That's pretty cool. And then Vasquez here. I got to go with Vasquez because I picked my other three because I love the movies that they're from. So let's stick with the theme here. So our three soldiers we're going to be playing with are Carlota, aka Vasquez, Preacher Carl, aka Judge Dredd Carl Urban, and Major Sharp Emily Blunt from All You Need Is Kill / Live Die Repeat / Edge of Tomorrow. And there we have the three minis. Okay, so half of our team is chosen. Now we have a whole bunch of civilians to choose from, and we need 3. I don't know if I'll continue along the movie path, but let's see what happens here. All right, so let's just try. All right, so here we have Dr. Dick. I guess that's supposed to be Rick, one of the two Rick and Mortys, right? The professor there. I like his hair. His hair is cool. But yeah, not going to pick him. And then we have, let's see, Doc. He looks all right. Kind of a mercenary looking dude. He's ambidextrous. That probably means he can have like 2 weapons, 1 in each hand. That's a possibility. I like his pose. And then we have Nura Satar, a Khajiit warrior. I guess. I don't know. Is this supposed to be from something or not? But, cat people. I can do without cat people. And there's Morty McAllister. So it's supposed to be like Marty McFly, right? So it's kind of weird that they have Rick and Morty, and then they have the Doctor, I think, from Back to the Future, and Marty from Back to the Future. So they kind of got like, it's like a double parody or something. I like him. He looks cool. He looks like he might be kind of like a good support character, and I do like Back to the Future quite a bit. So he is a possibility. All right, then we have Mercedes here. I'm not quite sure what she's supposed to be from. Almost looks like some character out of a Russ Meyer movie or something. She looks sassy. But I think I have another female soldier in mind, and I think that's going to be right here. It's Rhea, the tank girl. Yeah, she's awesome. I like her a lot. I love her, like, just huge power armor suit. I love the way it looks. I like Tank Girl. Although this doesn't really look anything like Tank Girl. At least the Tank Girl that I remember. Maybe she has changed over time. But we're going to definitely choose Tank Girl. And now we're into the Blade Runner part of the show here. So we have Squirrely, which is, of course, a baddie, Rutger Hauer looking. Sad, Rutger Hauer recently died. Was it this year? I don't know, man. Yeah, 2020, I believe he died. Rest in peace, Roy Batty. One of the greatest actors in one of the greatest movies. And a pretty good book. But I don't think we're going to pick him. I'm not going to go Blade Runner for this game here. And speaking of Blade Runner, we have Richard Kindred, or Richard Deckard. They did a pretty good almost likeness of Harrison Ford. There's just enough in the nose that you can tell that's supposed to be Harrison Ford. Cool trench coat. Every kid back in the 80s, after we saw Blade Runner, we all wanted trench coats. And then you have Pris, or Pink, here. Pretty cool. I like her big platform shoes. She's pretty cool. She might be a possibility. Although, we still have quite a few to choose from. So I think we're going to pass on Pink there. And then this would be a fun character, I think. Of course, Dr. Falconer here. Professor Hawking. And he's good at remote controlling. So like there are different kinds of robots. I know the sentry robots and stuff that the characters can lay down, the heroes. So it might be a really good idea to have somebody like him. And I love his like super futuristic tank tread wheelchair with the articulated arms. Yeah, let's put him as a definitely maybe, as Oasis once said. All right, then who do we have next? Val. I'm not quite sure if that's supposed to be from anything or not. Kind of looks like a Mobius-esque character, at least in the face. But I think we're going to pass on Val there. I don't really have... I think I have one more idea, but let's see. Yeah, I think I do, this one character. So they have Laura here, and pretty sure that's supposed to be, was it Lilu from Fifth Element? Fifth Element is another property that I do not like whatsoever. I find the movie to be incredibly loud and obnoxious, and a lot of that, unfortunately, has to do with this character here, Chris Tucker, or Gold Coast Gary. Is that supposed to, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be the Chris Tucker character from Fifth Element. I wouldn't have minded that character so much if he was just like a background character, maybe on a television every once in a while, like the I'd buy that for $1 guy from RoboCop. But he ends up being like almost kind of a main character, and the soundtrack to that movie just kind of drove me insane. I love the art direction, and I like the opening. I think it's really cool. It does have a Mobius-esque look to it. But I find that the movie just, it really does get on my nerves. I can't quite explain it. It's just like, I'm frustrated with it because I want to love it so much because it looks so good, but I'm just not into it. And then we have, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be, I completely forgot her name, but Tina Turner from Beyond Thunderdome, which is a highly underrated movie. Madam Singleton. I think that's who that's supposed to be. I think out of the original 3 Mad Max movies, Beyond Thunderdome might be my favorite. I look at the original 3 as Mad Max is the truth, the Road Warrior is the legend, and Beyond Thunderdome is the myth. And I love the mythology in Beyond Thunderdome, how Max is like Skywalker and he comes back and he's kind of like this, he's returning to lead the children into a new land. Absolutely, I love Mad Max. Might be my favorite movie series. I mean, it's 4 for 4 for me. I love every single one of the movies. So let's continue over here now. We have, who's this? Gavin Greaser. I have no idea who this is supposed to be. And if somebody could let me know, it's got to be from something, right? I mean, is it supposed to be Biff Tannen from Back to the Future? Is that who that is supposed to be? I am not sure. But that's cool. I like that there's like this like leather-clad rockabilly dude in space. That's pretty cool. And then we have a little space dwarf here, which I like him a lot. Norton. Cool art. I really like the art. The art in this game is pretty good, especially the cover. They didn't just go for that like really cartoony look from Zombicide, Black Plague. They went more for this kind of, it does remind me of old Games Workshop art, and that could just be because of the dudes in power armor. But the art is quite nice in this game. But I don't think we're gonna go with the space dwarf. I have my eye on one character, so we'll leave it for last. Allison, I would choose this character. I think this is supposed to be like Dora the Explorer, but my dog Emmy looks almost exactly like that. It's a weird looking little Chihuahua dog. I love Chihuahuas. I know most people don't, but I find them absolutely hilarious. And they can be just some of the weirdest dogs. And both of my little Chihuahuas are quite weird. All right, and then we have, I'm not sure about this guy, so Captain Warlock. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a play on Captain Harlock or something else. If it is supposed to be a play on Captain Harlock, they didn't really. Captain Harlock has a bird that sits on his shoulder, and he looks more like a pirate. I'm trying to think of who else this could be except for Captain Harlock. So if you know, let me know. He's cool. I like a little space pirate theme. All right, getting down to the nitty gritty here. We have Phaedra, kind of a standard looking alien, almost like something out of Star Trek or something. Not going to choose her. Now we have Hugo Harker, of course, Baron Harkonnen from Dune. Although the face looks more like Danny Elfman, which I thought was hilarious. Every time I see this card, I think it's Danny Elfman. But definitely supposed to be Baron Harkonnen from one of the all-time great science fiction novels. Really looking forward to the new movie. Now we have Butcher Carl, and I was wondering if this was supposed to be the pig dude from the video game Beyond Good and Evil. Possibly, I don't know. I do think it's funny that a pig is a butcher. That's pretty cool. Wonder what pigs butcher to eat. Neat character. I like that. I like a little pig man. That's cool. And then we have, what is this? Dr. Stackfreeze. And I'm not sure, is this supposed to be the guy from Stargate SG-1? I've never seen Stargate, but his face looks familiar. So not sure on that guy. I like his sword, his katana. That's cool. If I was younger and more into my weeb phase, I probably would have chosen him just for the katana. And then we have Dr. What? Doctor Who, definitely, or Dr. Octopus, Doc Ock. I don't know if that's supposed to be like a mix of 3 or so different characters. Not quite sure, but cool mini, but not going to pick him. And then we have our last two. And we have Dorian the Grey, a gray alien there, ready to abduct you. Kind of cool. But we are going to pass him up, and I'm going to pick this character here just because I like the mini so much. And that is Nexzik. And it is some kind of alien, android, insectoid looking thing. I like the horns. He does have a katana, looks like. So I guess I'm right back in weeb camp there. But I'm going to pick it. Not sure if it's a male or female. So we are going to have our party of 6 here. Not party of 5, but party of 6. And let's see here. All right, so who did we end up with? We ended up with Carlota, aka Vasquez from Alien, as one of our soldiers. Preacher Carl, aka Carl Urban, aka Judge Dredd, is one of our soldiers. Major Sharp, aka Emily Blunt, aka somebody, can't remember her name, from All You Need Is Kill / Live Die Repeat / Edge of Tomorrow. Edge of Tomorrow. What did they do with that movie? They had one of the best science fiction movies ever made. Just an incredible movie from beginning to end. And they came out with first a really dumb title, and then second, they changed the title halfway through the movies. Like while it was in the theater, they actually changed the title of the movie, and now like nobody can remember what it's called. Yeah, just they completely botched the marketing on that movie. Just such a shame. That movie should have been a huge hit. Then we have Rhea, Tank Girl. I'm not quite sure if that's supposed to be the Tank Girl I remember from back in the day, the comics, but I like the mini and I like Tank Girl. And then of course we have Dr. Falconer here, our genius in the wheelchair, talking about black holes probably. And finally, I think a character that's just made for this, as far as I know, Zik, the insectoid android looking kind of ninja fighter. So yeah, that's going to be the 6 characters I am going to play Zombicide Invader with. And I will be back probably in about a week with a review for Zombicide Invader. And I guess that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look at all the characters, this objectifying plastic, choosing characters based mainly on their looks. I guess in this instance, we kind of chose characters based on how much I liked the property that they were based on. But I also do really like most of the minis. I think I like all of the minis that I chose except for Carlota. Carlota's okay. I mean, of course, her railgun is awesome, but she's got a cool pose. I like that she's like leaning back. You can tell this gun is pretty heavy, but it should have the, I wish it had the like articulated arm, because I always liked the inclusion of that articulated like balancing arm that they included in the movie version, because it showed how unwieldy the weapons were and how they had, when they had to turn, they had to like lift them up, and really great detail in that. But all right, so that's it. That is our party of 6, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. We will be back later with a review for Zombicide Invader. Take it easy, guys. Bye bye.